You have back pain, right? I mean, I'm just presuming because you're watching this video. I have a 3-point dietary hack that will help lower your maximum pain experience. Protein! Okay, there's actually two things with protein, so we're going to call this tip number 1 and tip number 2. Tip number 1, you want to be getting 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. Now we're looking here, we've got 19 grams of protein per 4-ounce serving. So that means we would need to have, since I'm 180 pounds, I'd be looking at about 20, 40, 60, 80, I need to cut my nails, 120, 140, 160, 180. I would need 9 servings of 4-ounce sizes of this 80-20 ground beef. Now, am I going to eat that? Probably not, but I'm going to eat a little bit of ground beef. So, tip number 1, get 0.8 grams of protein per pound of desired body weight. Again, I want to weigh what I weigh now, 180 pounds, so I'm going to eat the equivalent of 9 servings of this big bad boy across a day. Now, that can seem daunting, and if it was just red meat, absolutely would be. Tip number 2. We got some chicken in this giant bag. This is a very poorly done wrapping job, but guess what? It's in the freezer. It doesn't matter. This is chicken breast. That is a Rain energy drink. Don't drink it. It's mine. The reason I bring that up is whenever we have, where do I look? Hey guys, I showed you that beef a second ago. Yeah, I still got it there. I'm about to cook it for lunch. But the reason I show you the chicken is, tip number 2 is the timing of your protein. Because of the actual volume of protein that a person needs for optimal health function and overall decrease in inflammatory responses and a decrease in overall body fat, plus an uptick in every single function of the body, we have to get that 0.8 grams of protein per pound of body weight. But if we do it all with the exact same thing, in particular, if I'm eating just red meat, I'm going to see some really weird health issues that don't actually make a whole bunch of sense. Further, I'm also going to show, throwing it back in the fridge because I'm going to be talking for a minute, I'm also showing that red meat because if you eat it at a specific time of day, you are going to have a stronger inflammatory response than you do otherwise. Why? I, again, have a hypothesis. I cannot actually give you the theoretical or the functional mechanics underlying this action, but oops. Spinach! I've just made a mess. I'm going to have to clean that up later. But spinach, in particular, really, spinach is borderline essential for back pain. And preparation on this is going to matter a whole lot. If you just throw in and cook your spinach, you're not getting the full benefits from it. Now, I've conditioned myself to where I can actually say I kind of like eating the spinach. That's really, really good for back pain if you don't cook it. Very rarely am I going to say, hey, raw food's a good option when it comes to this kind of vegetable. So, spinach, kale to a lesser extent, but I'm kind of on the fence about that as far as what happens whenever it's cooked, and broccoli. The spinach and broccoli, we'll just say those two. When you cook it, you are losing out on a very specific function. There's a chemical inside of it called sulforaphane, which is shown to have anti-inflammatory impact. Also, you can grow broccoli sprouts. I've been trying to do that. I said I'm trying to do that. I've been trying to get around to that. You just throw seeds in a jar, water it, and hope for the best. And they taste absolutely delicious, have a nice little spice to them. Again, you don't want to cook them because you're going to lose the overall impact of the anti-inflammatory chemicals inside of it. Now, I do eat spinach both cooked and uncooked. I try to make sure that the vast majority of the time I am eating it uncooked. And what I can say is that purely subjectively, on a scale of 1 to 10, if the maximum pain that they would experience is a 10, what they will typically see is that maximal pain go up to about a 7 or an 8. Now, those of us with chronic pain understand the difference in those 1-point shifts. Vegetables have made a huge difference. The timing on my proteins, making sure that I keep my red meats to the first half of the day, my fish and fowl to the latter half of the day, and making sure that I get that 0.8 per pound of desired body weight in every single day. Those three things have lowered my actual pain from my old 10 to my current 10 being my old 7. So I'm going to have a write-up down at the bottom of this, but I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you have any questions, please ask me, because obviously I do love to talk about stuff. Guys, thank you so much, and I hope this was a benefit.